Another multiverse movie. Will South Park make fun of this movie? Probably not. Chase Polaha here with the Blue Futon reviewing The Shift, which is about pretty simple premise. There's a guy who's like, you know what? I'm having a good life. But all of a sudden, the devil comes and says, you know what? I want you to be one of my pawns and just shift in everyone's world and be my deceiver, but you get whatever you want. And he's like, nah, I can't do it. I don't believe you. But you know what? The devil disappears. He got prayed away. And now all of a sudden, the devil returns. And is he going to find his Molly? Or is he going to realize, you know what? I got to find someone else in my life. Is that the premise of the movie? I think so. But anyway, did I like this film? All right, I thought it was a pretty good film. I truly, truly did. It's one of those movies where I'm like shocked that it's $6.5 million, right? Why does a movie that's $6.5 million to make look better than some $100 million, $150, $200 million movies to make? I don't understand. Like Five Nights at Freddy's, $20 million. Perfect. Looks like it's way more than 20. Jason Blum knows exactly what he's doing. It's not a Jason Blum movie. This is Angel Studios. And Angel Studios does it right as well when it comes to how they budget their films. This one acted well. Good production design overall. And I do think it's a solid story because when's the last time you've heard of a faith sci-fi movie ever? I didn't think so. There is no such thing. And this one tries to do it. And I think it does the overall premise pretty well. When we talk about, like I said, the positives, the acting, the production design, the actual look of the movie, the cinematography, the actual set pieces are actually fun too. Even though you could tell the budget's low, they made it look pretty good. Especially there's a scene where you're watching a projector of the different universes, which they kind of don't explain how they could do that. They could say maybe it's a gift from the devil, but there's no really if, ands, or buts because they do talk about it. But like I said, there are some story elements where you're like, I wonder how that connects to what. And there are some story tropes where like, I know for a fact that character is that person, 100% sure. And of course, something happens. You go, yep, I kind of saw that coming because it's one of the things where the character shows up at the perfect time when something happens in the movie. And you're like, that's exactly it. There's also other parts of this movie where you think like, you know what? Why is someone shifting? Why is this occurring? Is there a reason why? Like, is this supposed to be like a fallen angel? I don't know. And here's the thing. This is based off the book of Job, Jobs, not Jobs, Job. And have I read this? No. So maybe I'm in the dark about what things connect to what. And I can say, yep, guilty as charged, that I might not know some of the references that this writer and director is trying to do because it's also the same writer and director. And apparently he had a horrible past of just things happening like negative after negative after negative after negative. And he made a $500 short film, turned to like $6.5 million budget. So congratulations on following your dreams and realizing what you want to make, you can make it. But yes, like I said, you heard some of my negatives, some tropes where like I know who exactly the bad guy is or who the deceiver is, as well as, some story elements where you're like, how can that person, why would that person know of who that one person is? Or how does one person shift or why would one person shift? Like, it doesn't really explain that, or maybe I missed it completely. It just felt like the shift happens to cause a little bit of chaos, but not major chaos. So that is why some shifts are happening where it's like some soldiers disappear, but then it makes you wonder if those soldiers disappear, do they go to another multiverse? And if they do, is it like a doppelganger part? Or do they just disappear from the face of the planet whatsoever? I know they kind of did it with the Tina character, but here's the thing. The Tina character goes to a different world where they don't know her, but does that mean there's no Tina in that world? Like I said, it's one of those movies where you can't really dig deep because it's going to be like the Charlie Day, like, what's that one? Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like, all these lines and strings are going in all different places. But if you just look at surface level, if you're like this guy trying to find the love of his life, can he find the Molly he's looking for? And well, who knows? Or it's one of the things where can you actually change the past? Even though you might have screwed up, is it just time to let go to help the other person as well? Like, is it really selfish? Maybe that person doesn't want it and it's okay to be like, you know what? I screwed up and it's time to face the consequences. So overall, the shift is a decent religious sci-fi movie. And like I said in my first reaction, if you don't like religious movies, you're probably not going to like this because there are decent religious themes to this film. But I think it does what it's supposed to do right. It does it in a fantastic manner. It looks good and is a solid overall first effort movie for a first time director and writer. Like, you can't go wrong when it comes to this on a lot of levels. So The Shift will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futon, which equals at 80%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So no critics and no audience score yet. However, there are a couple down below. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. 4 positives, 1 negative. 80%. So we're at the 80s, people. Chase Lock here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know things Butontopia. Your Buton is a great day. I don't care what to stay tomorrow, week from now, month from now, year from now, every single freaking one of you. And the Angels Film Studios I've seen, so I haven't seen The Chosen, but I did watch this, After Death, Sound of Freedom, and they have one more, which I think it's from the creators of The Chosen. Or no, it wasn't, because The Chosen, the people talked about my box office predictions. Maybe these are the only 3 I've seen: After Death, this, and Sound of Freedom. I could have sworn there's one more. Maybe not. Whatever. But I could say Angel Studios overall is batting 100%.